We've got Prashant here and Neha. They are first-time home buyers. They recently bought their amazing property here in Milton, and let's hear the journey.
Whenever you're buying a house, it's a journey. It takes you 6 to 8 months at least to make it. So it's a journey, and you want to work with someone whom you are comfortable with. And that's the thing that I like about Waiz, that I was comfortable with him. I trusted him with everything and the numbers. Of course, owning a home in Ontario is the thing that you want to do.
Welcome to the Canadian Real Estate Show, and this is Waiz with your Milton update. So today I don't have any stats for you, but I have something that everybody will be excited to know. I've got the first-time home buyers for you. Okay, first-time home buyers, most people think is a rare breed, and can't find them any, right? But now the market's slightly changing, and today I want to introduce you to Prashant and Neha, who have bought their first home in Milton, and let's talk to them about their journey, how they decided to buy the house, and why they chose Milton to buy. And let's hear their journey, and maybe you can be a first-time home buyer too. So let's come follow me. Hi guys, welcome to the show. So we've got Prashant here and Neha. They are first-time home buyers. They recently bought their amazing property here in Milton, and let's hear the journey, how they decided to first consider buying a home. And so tell me a little bit about, when did you guys come to a decision that you need to purchase a home?
So once I was living by myself till September 2020, got married. September 2021, I'm sorry. Yeah. I got married in a year back, and once Neha arrived, that was the point when I made a decision that now we need to have a house. Awesome. Because while I was single, there was no need as such, and I wasn't prepared. I wanted both of us to look at the property and make a decision.
And you were downtown, right?
I was living there in downtown. My office was there. Yeah. So I was just staying there, and I also wanted Neha to, once she arrives, get a feel of downtown before we make a decision on where we want to finally settle down.
Right. Yeah. So Neha, what's your take on home ownership? So when he said, let's buy a house, what was your reaction?
I was thinking, okay, now it's just, I arrived, and just being a homeowner, it was a shaky decision for me. Then it took a while for me, like we discussed, and he told me like what's the benefit and everything. So yeah, then I was like okay, but I was not full okay with that.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Sometimes that you are nervous, right? It's normal to be nervous, right? It's a big commitment. It's a big decision, right? So it's normal to be nervous, but let's go on further. So then you guys decided to purchase, but then how did you narrow down on the city, where you have to buy, where you want to live, and why did you choose Milton?
So initially I had Oshawa or Whitby in my mind, because those were the most affordable areas when we started. But then I spoke to you, and you suggested Milton as a city that would be a good option for us, considering that both of us are IT professionals, and being in Milton, all these areas where most of the IT jobs are located, that would be accessible. So Kitchener, Waterloo is also accessible from Milton, Mississauga and downtown. Yes, perfect. But if we would have been staying in Oshawa, then Kitchener, Waterloo wouldn't have been accessible for us. Absolutely. So strategically, this is the best location. So that's how we made up my mind, and of course it took us 1 or 2 visits to Milton to make up a mind that this is where we want to have our house. Excellent.
So tell me, once you started looking into homes, did you learn from every home, like what you liked, what you disliked? How was the process? Because most people think, I'm going to get this and this and this, and I'm going to go and look for it. But when you started the process, did that change for you? Did your requirement change? Did your perspective change when you saw the different homes that were available in the market at that time?
Right. I mean, there are a lot of things in the play. Like when you start looking for a house, you have a budget in mind, you have a location in mind, you have kind of property that you want. Like we actually we're confused in terms of whether we want to go with a condo or maybe a townhouse, 3-story, 2-story. We were not clear. And what was available, what we could get in market. So of course, home buying is all about planning at least 5 to 10 years where you want to stay. And from there, actually, like we had an idea what we were looking for, but going by the pictures, like the most important thing about home buying is that you need to walk into the house and feel it.
Absolutely.
And feel it. Like that's the most important thing. There are a lot of properties that looked really lovely. When you walk in, you're like, no, this is not what I want to. And that's the toughest part. That's a mental yo-yo that you have to go through. That okay, you were so excited about this property, but when you walk in, this is not it. And then, but you have to persist through that. You have to persist through the process. Make up your mind. We really made our mind and then remade our mind multiple times. It took us a month or two before we finally got down to what we were looking for.
Got it.
And then when you get down to what you're looking for, then you have to figure out whether you can get it or not. That's another game altogether.
So Neha, your thoughts, like how looking at each home, like sometimes it met the location, but sometimes the space was not enough. Sometimes the storage space was not enough. Closet space was not enough.
That's true.
Kitchen, right? Directions, right?
Like the kitchen space, the closet. My intention is like, okay, fine, we are buying a house, so there should be storage. There should be like I'm a sunlight person, so I want sunlight. I want space, and it's like nowadays we're working from home. I need my space. He needs his space.
Yeah, you need some office space.
So we need office spaces. So we visited like many houses, right? It was like 3 stories, and we didn't see any storage there. So we were just surprised. Okay, why? And then we changed our mind. Okay, we should stay in condo or we should go for this or
right.
Then slowly it's like just a positive vibe that comes from a house. So
right.
We got it.
That's
excellent.
Like somehow even we had a budget in our mind, so we were looking for that budget. Even if we liked a property within that budget, somewhere you're not convinced.
You didn't love it.
You don't love it. You're like, okay, that never came. So it was like then we started looking for a property that we loved, and then reverse your finance thing. Like, okay, now how to make that work. So our journey was somewhat.
Key tip, guys. Key tip. Look for what you love, and then make it work. Right?
It's your home. You're gonna live there. It's the space that you'll be staying in. So it makes a lot of difference whether you're satisfied or not.
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe it works financially, but if you're not satisfied, I mean, it's going to have long-term repercussions. So I wanted to be happy. Like I wanted to find a space where I'll be happy.
Absolutely.
And then make it work financially somehow.
One of the things I did mention to them is that I told them that imagine that when you are waking up in the morning and you are looking at your home, because this you're going to do every day, make sure you get that wow feeling. Make sure you get the feeling that you're satisfied. That, because when you wake up every morning, you should say, oh, you know what, I did the right decision, getting this home. Did you get that feeling?
Yes, actually we discussed your words. Like we were thinking like, okay, Waiz told this thing, so we are feeling.
You're feeling that, right?
Actually,
It does set our mind. Like that helped us. Otherwise, many times, in fact, when we decided on this house, Neha was not convinced in terms of finance. Like, why are we pushing it to this limit? But I was like, it's just momentary, we can figure it out, but then once the decision is taken, you have to bear with it for the next at least 5-10 years. So you better make the push in this direction rather than push your
then compromise,
yeah,
right?
then
Right, and then regret it. And then the prices are still going high.
Yeah.
And then you're like you're not happy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because a human being is looking for happiness.
of course,
Right?
that's the primary thing.
And bottom line is that you have to be satisfied. You need to be happy. You've put enormous amount of effort and finances into it to get here. Right?
Especially that's true for first time home buyers.
Yes.
Like, investment property, you just look the numbers, right? It should work, the numbers work out, you go for it. But not your first time home, like first home. You have to stay there. So it's not numbers, it's your contentment and happiness that counts more than anything.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's talk about that finance aspect of it. What are the things that you did with regards to your savings, your investments? How did you use your RRSP? And how did you use? You have the gift program. So if you can tell our viewers a little bit about that, I think it'll be immensely helpful for those who are watching, and considering purchasing. How do you manage to do all this?
So we were initially looking for houses which were under $1 million, but it somehow came across that we are not going to get what we want under $1 million.
That was a challenge.
That was clear. Now the biggest challenge is to cross that hurdle, and that time market was actually pretty crazy. So it was very clear that we have to cross that $1 million mark. That was the biggest mental challenge. Now, once it was clear, now we were thinking, how can we make that work? So you talk to Waiz, introduced us to a mortgage agent, and we talked to them. He gave us options. That these are the options that you can consider. And once that was there, then we started working out our 20%, 21.5% in fact, like 20% down payment and 1.5% closing cost.
Remember the closing cost. Yes.
And it will take. Luckily for us, this house had a closing period of 90 days, which we needed.
Yes.
And then once the go was given from the mortgage agent, it was like you can get the loan provided you figure out the 21.5%.
Yes.
It started working on that, whatever was there, and there will be challenges. I was depending on my RRSP, but actually I figured out it wasn't RRSP, it was DCPP, Direct Contribution Pension Plan.
Got it.
Where the employer also contributes, and a condition of that is that we can't withdraw that for home buying. So
that was a challenge.
That was a shock. Like, okay. We started considering that, but that didn't came across. So eventually it requires to pull all your strings, like every resources came into play. There will be resources that won't work, there will be resources that you were not considering initially that will work, right? And then like going through all of that, it's a mental challenge that you go through, but somehow eventually if you, and I'm pretty much sure on this, that if you pull all your strings, you can make it work out.
Awesome. So very important, guys, make your intention strong, right? Prashant and Neha, made their intention strong, and then like they said, they made every dollar of their to work towards their down payment, whether it was their savings, whether it was their investments. They unlocked their investments. They got a gift from your parents, right? They got a gift from the parents, right? So and then everything comes together when you set the right intention and you put your energies towards it, right? Like the saying goes, right? If you intend it, the universe will make it happen.
Yes.
Right?
One more thing was there that because we selected a house that we wanted, and our family also loved it.
Got it.
So they also got excited about it. Okay, let's try to get this thing done. And that plays a big role. When everybody is excited, so it's not just about you. Right? It's your first home in Canada. We came as an immigrant. So it's a collective dream, a family dream of owning a property.
Amazing.
And so if that comes into play, if everybody is satisfied, if you push that barrier and get something that looks like a dream house for everyone, then it's a synergy that comes into play. Like the entire family comes into picture and makes it work out.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how is your work situation right now? Still working from home or still being called for the office 1 or 2 days?
Currently working from home, both of us.
Okay.
Offices are supposedly going to start in April for me, not for Neha.
Okay.
But it's flexible, still flexible. Hybrid approach. So we are considering, because Go Station is just a few kilometers from here.
Awesome.
So it shouldn't be a challenge for us. And Milton being a very nice and peaceful locality, and all the resources are nearby, so
awesome.
Shouldn't be.
How are you enjoying that? Like, did you explore some of the?
We go out for walks. Like, the weather hasn't allowed it yet, but we're trying to go out every now and then when the weather is nice. We just take a walk in the nearby areas, and people are pretty, like, it's a absolutely new location, right? Just all these properties are just 2 years old. Still people are,
especially yours.
Still people are getting their fences erected and all those things, and it's a friendly neighborhood.
Awesome.
And adding to that, it's like when you are such kind of a person, you want peace or something, no rush, nothing. I was there, I guess 6 or 8 months in
downtown. Yeah.
I felt that the difference. Always some sound will be like unknown sound. Here it's
peaceful, calm.
Yeah, I like that.
That way, when she didn't want to leave downtown somehow.
Yeah, because it's a different feeling there, right? It's the lights, the people, the hustle bustle, right? So downtown is a totally different feel, and then you actually did not know that you actually like this, right?
And after coming here, I was like, no, I'm a nature baby. I'm not a downtown baby.
There you go.
I connected.
Took a lot of convincing from my end that this would work out for her to make this decision. But of course, owning a home in Ontario is the thing that you want to do.
Awesome. That's really awesome, guys. Thank you for your time. And wish you much happiness in this journey, in this home, and
of course, Waiz. Also, I know Waiz from the time that maybe he just started being a realtor, but that was part-time. I came in Canada in 2019 in January, and I met Waiz on LinkedIn for my IT job applications.
We just had a phone call, and I think for almost 6 months to a year, we were just having calls, right?
Right. So I just knew him as an IT person, and then 6 months later, maybe he introduced me that, okay, one thing that you should do when you come to Canada is buy a house. Don't worry about, even if do whatever, just get your hands on a property. At that time, I wasn't convinced, and it was my misfortune that I wasn't convinced. And I had to pay for that 2 years later, because I thought maybe once my wife arrives, then I'll take a collective decision, which I think wasn't the best decision. But
you're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy now. And working with Waiz, like whenever you're buying a house, it's a journey. It takes you 6 to 8 months at least to make it. So it's a journey, and you want to work with someone whom you are comfortable with. And that's the thing that I like about Waiz, that I was comfortable with him. I trusted him with everything and the numbers, right? He makes you feel comfortable. He gives you all the data. Things are absolutely transparent and clear. So that way, I feel this journey was made much more easier than if I had to work with someone who I didn't knew very well and whom I didn't trusted very well.
Yeah, trust is the game actually.
Is the real thing, because you're making the biggest investment of your life, and you want to. And it's a crazy market, right? It's like you have to make decisions within an hour. That if the prices are going up and the bid has gone up, so you have to take calls. So if you don't trust, you won't be able to play it well. So that helped us. Like Waiz made us comfortable, introduced us, helped us change our mind, and it's not just like. Starts from making your mind in terms of which city you want to settle in, to selecting the property, to financing, and then of course till the closing and post closing.
So not only guiding through towards the sale, but making sure even after the sale that they are fine, right? Checking up on them even after the sale, making sure that the closing went well, coordinating with the mortgage person, coordinating with the lawyer, right? Making sure that everybody is in sync, and making that happen. And even after they have moved in, I have called them up and make sure that they are happy, and any of the issues that have arrived, we are addressing it and solving it. That is what you should expect from a realtor, and that's what I would expect from any realtor. And and that's what I want to provide to my clients, a good seamless experience, so that they are happy, and then they can refer their family members and their friends as well, to again get the same experience. And I'm trying to be better myself with each and every experience, right? So thank you guys for sharing your journey. It's been incredibly satisfying, and the happiness that I get from it is amazing to see you guys happy. And it is such a satisfying feeling that you've helped somebody get their first home, and they are happy, and then we are moving on, and building a relationship for a lifetime, right? So if anytime they have any questions with regards to properties, investment properties, right, I'm just a phone call away, right? So so there you go. I just wanted to introduce Prashant and Neha for you, because I've always people always say, oh, you just are just with the numbers, just showing graphs, and every time you're showing it's expensive, but I wanted to share this experience with everybody, saying that there are people behind it, and there are emotions behind purchasing. There are there are families, right? There's this happiness, and this is why we do what we do. So thank you again for the audience for tuning into the Canadian Real Estate channel, following me on social media as well. So a great moment here of gratitude and thankfulness and happiness. So thanks again, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.